feel like I haven't put makeup on for a while, so today's look is using all Rare Beauty products. I've already done my brows. If you've seen my video before, I have recently had my brows lasered to take the tattoo away, or the microblading away. They're a little bit yellow at the moment, so I have done my brows off camera because I don't have any Rare Beauty brow products. And I have just put a little bit concealer over my brows. I dyed them recently so they're darker because I was trying to get hold of every single little brow. And then I've just drawn a few little brow hairs, tiny amount. I actually don't know if I'm going to have them re-microbladed because I think having my own brows actually makes me look a little bit younger. I feel like they were just a little bit too much for me as I'm getting older. So I've had them taken off. I've got one more round of that in 3 weeks. I go back to have that removed properly. And then there hopefully won't be any orange staining. And then I just have to continue to not be lazy and actually dye my brows and get every little brow hair on my brows. I have used Refi Brow, which I picked up from Sephora. This is in the colour medium brown and it's bloody brilliant. I love the wand. It's round and it grabs every single brow. I just wish all my brows point the same way. I've got some that grow down and there's nothing I can do. I've tried plucking them upwards to kind of get the motion to grow up. They just don't. Anyway, sorry if the light slightly changes as I'm doing the video. I'm filming in natural daylight, but this is going to be Rare Beauty. Pore Diffusing Primer. It's kind of like a gel-based primer, and I only want to take that over this area here where I have slight pores. These are new. I never used to get many pores, but these are a little bit new. So I just want them here just to kind of smooth out that area. Maybe a little bit in my chin. I do have a bruise. I'll tell you all about that another day. That's for another video. 2 foundations. This one I use every day. This one I'm going to use today. I'm just going to buff that in lightly with a setting brush so it just buffs into the skin. Can I just ask, is anyone watching MAFS Australia? I know I shouldn't. Married at First Sight it is. I know I shouldn't, but I'm so addicted to it. It's so wrong and it's so aggressive and I just can't stop watching it. If you want me to show you how I did my brows, just like the video, comment saying, please show me your brows, and I can easily do that. For those people that have got natural brows, they might want to know. Now, I'm not worried if the foundation isn't completely blended into my skin because I want it to kind of adhere to my skin and then I can go over and give it a little brush afterwards just to kind of buff it in a bit more. Concealer. I just want that in here. And I'm kind of going back and forth, so it's going into the corner, but it's also doing the underneath a little bit. I'm going to go back and do some more long form YouTube videos. I just have it set up for Instagram at the moment. And it's been Easter and I can't be bothered to film anything. I have 3 of these liquid eyeshadows. This one at Nearly Berry I have done on YouTube. These 2, I think I've done a video with Nearly Neutral. So I'm going to use Nearly Apricot. And this is a My Kit Co tapered crease brush. I'm using just to soften that in. I'm not rushing with the blending of this eyeshadow because I want it to kind of set to the eye a little bit before I blend it because I don't want it to disappear. So you can see this one that was on a bit longer, it's a little bit stronger. So I'm going to go in with a bit more on this side. Back to MAF. How awful is Harrison to Brody? And thank God Dan is gone. Now I have 4 of these gorgeous Rare highlighters and I'm going to use the slightly more orangey tone just over the or goldy, would you say? This one, which is called Flaunt, just over the eye. Just want to see how that is over just the middle. Not sure. Pop a little bit there in the middle and then see how I feel about it. Just use my finger just to soften that. I'm going to take a little bit of this underneath the eye as well, because I think it's really lovely. Although I haven't concealed my under eyes yet, I think it's a nice colour, isn't it? Possibly not the best colours if you get hay fever. However, I'm going to pop a bit of liner with it. I probably wouldn't put liner with this look because I actually think it's really beautiful as it is, but I really like this Perfect Strokes liner, so I'm going to pop some on. And I haven't worn liner for bloody ages, so I'm going to do it. And then I will instantly regret it. So you can see I use the brush on its side and pull along. And I go in with a thin line first and then I go over the top to make it a little bit thicker as to where I want it. God, I am so blind nowadays. So much better before I put the liner. Can I save this makeup? Right. Mascara, it's just called black mascara. Let's pop some on. Like it, it's got a proper brush. Fingers crossed mascara. I'll make it all come good. I'm just taking a little bit of the brightening concealer. This one is in light medium. Just to lift my under eyes. I think as a brand, this is probably my favourite launch of brand. I know it's been around a little while, but it's my favourite new brand. I actually really like all the products and so many of them are now in my makeup bag. Actually, my next YouTube video will be brands that I have tried, because I've been doing brand videos and they have made it to my makeup bag. So products that I found from a brand and it's made it in. It's been really nice trying products from different brands and being like, oh my God, I wouldn't have necessarily tried that. So that's just a lifting, brightening concealer for under the eyes to kind of make that project forward. Now my foundation's kind of set in place. I'm just going to take my setting brush and just buff in any excess foundation that maybe was sitting on the skin a tiny bit. It's just giving it time to kind of glue to my skin. And actually, there's not too many strokes. Happy soul! Now, around here I can place it on like that. But around my cheeks where I've got a bit more makeup, I'm going to use it on a brush. Because I don't want to wipe it onto the skin, I just want to buff it. And push it, because I don't want it to disturb my makeup. Pulling back into the hairline. I'm going to put some tan on tonight actually. A little bit of Joy blush and a little bit of Mesmerize highlighter. Mesmerize on, where I want to lift. Joy, which again is a slightly more corally tone, I'm going to push right over the top because I want to mix them together. These have really good pigment. Take a brush, just softly buff that in. To be fair, I could have used my eyeshadow on the cheek as well, so you don't have to have the blush as well. You can do exactly the same with the eyeshadow. I'm going to take this Enlightened highlighter and I just want to take that in here and just brush it through the socket bone, just an equal bit. There are so many gorgeous lip liners and lipsticks in this range, so many, but I think I'm going to go a little bit darker than I normally would because I don't want to play it my safe self, although it is quite safe anyway. This one is in Fun. Working from the outside and pull it round because it opens the lip up and makes them a little bit fuller. What I like about this range is every lip liner has a lipstick to match. So I'm going to go for Fun lipstick as well. Put a mascara on my bottom lashes. What do you think about the brows? Should I just leave them or should I have them microbladed again? Maybe we'll rediscuss when I've had the next load of removal. I love them being microbladed for the ease of it, but I do think it limits you, or me, with what makeup I can do. I think I'm pretty done. Sort out my hair. There you go, sorted. Not much I can do with my hair. It just is a curly mane.